Okay, Jessica, let's get us started. Let's talk about what are we calling it? Are we calling it the summer reading book, the summer season?
Yeah, our summer book club.
Summer
right?
book club.
Yeah.
Summer book club. Let's talk about summer book club.
Okay. So I chose 14 Days for our book read in June.
Mm-hmm.
I found it interesting that it was a collaborative novel of 36 authors
Okay.
during the pandemic. So it was pretty good.
So there's 36 different stories,
Yes.
and what's the perspective on this? Like, is it the same city, the same location? Is there the same?
It is a dilapidated apartment building in New York City.
Okay.
And the residents gather on the roof every night just to get fresh air because we're under our 14-day, what did they call it? Curb, flatten the
Yes.
line.
Yes.
So they're spending their 14 days on top of the roof together, telling stories.
And then
each other.
so then everyone took a perspective on that, and so it's 36 stories over 14 days, and Emily made it to day number 2.
Yes.
So we're offering a counter viewpoint from the book, as in Emily wasn't as excited.
No, I was not as excited as Miss Jessica. I'm not going to lie. I did like the cover of the book. So I was like, maybe I'll try to read it.
I do judge books by their cover.
Yes. When I didn't like the it's not called a superintendent. It's who
Yeah.
takes care of the building.
Yeah,
the super.
yeah, the
I
building
didn't
super.
like that character, so I was kind of turned off by that.
And so, but it's not the same characters through the whole thing, though, right? Or
No,
okay.
no. It's just a mishmash of different people living in New York City.
Okay, so what have you enjoyed about it?
I actually enjoyed reflecting on COVID and how it was happening in the city compared to what was happening at my house.
Right.
So that was interesting to me, and just their stories of how they all came to be in this one building together.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
that is a huge, difference that I couldn't really quite comprehend, is the difference of being in New York City as it is from our houses where we could step outside. I mean, the difference on that, just the spatial
Yeah.
situation being on top of each other compared to our Midwest Southern living that we have here, that, where you have your own space and your own place to kind of move and stuff like that. And then just thinking back on, classes from home and that whole, and how old were your kiddos at that time?
I just had Giovanni on March 20th, and that's when everything got
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
shut
that's right
down.
in the middle of it, yeah.
So, and then Mason, he was almost probably a junior or sophomore,
Okay, yeah.
and then Ava was in middle school.
I think it would have been really tough for the kids who were like kindergarten, first grade. I mean, just that whole...
Oh yeah, and Javier.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
let's keep going, Emily. let's keep going. We can get some more here. And just being, trying to learn from home. Because, at that age, so much of what they're doing at school is just the socialization aspect of school, and to go through that. So, okay, so you've enjoyed the stories. Is there one just off the top of your head that you just, this is one that really kind of fired me up? And
I think I enjoyed all of them.
Okay.
I would like to encourage Emily to try to read it again, because I really think
look at Emily. Emily's
she
doubling
makes it
down.
to day 3. She's gonna really
Emily's
enjoy
doubling
it.
down. I'm done. I've tried. Emily's here to encourage other people to read it. Like, listen, Emily can do it. We'll get Emily back on this. We'll get her back on for the. Okay, and so when is our gathering? When are we? Is everyone getting together?
It's June 13th at 6:30.
Okay.
We'll do dinner, which I don't know what we're going to do for dinner because they mostly drank in the book. They drank a lot during
So
the pandemic.
Obviously, we're gonna get thin crust pizza, our version of New York City pizza.
Ginger beer.
We're gonna get some water from the Adirondacks to make it the crust just like it is in New York City, and we'll go from there. And okay, so that so not only is that going on, which that is more than enough of getting a group of people to get together and read a book and discuss a book, but what other programs do you have going on?
We have our painting class with Miss Carmen Williams on
hit.
Wednesday, June 12th, 5 to 7. We're going to have, on May 29th at 6 p.m., we're going to have Forest Hills Bluegrass Band.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to come and entertain us on that Wednesday evening.
Okay.
And we have River Rat Tales. He's coming on June 17th at 6 p.m.
Okay, and
It's a family program. He's going to tell us all the tales of the River Pirate days.
I had an opportunity to talk to him for a couple minutes, and he is a good storyteller.
Yeah.
So you're getting into that. You're getting a good story.
Actually saw him at a VV Indiana Old Hallows Eve party,
Oh yeah,
and he was telling stories around the campfire, ghost stories.
and you remember it, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's cool. He's all right. He's all right. He passes. These will be going on in June. So
Yep.
except for the 29th, May 29th, and that will be the bluegrass music.
That's kind of the kickoff to our farmers market for May 30th.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I think we're up to, and I could be trusting me with math is probably faulty, but I think we're up to 16 vendors
It's good.
for the farmers
Wow.
market. So that is getting to be
Yeah,
that's going to be a
big
lot.
deal.
Yeah. As I said earlier, I'm 2 or 3 I'd have been happy with. So therefore, perhaps my standard was a little low on that. But and then also, if you're out at the library, you can see where Sean put together where we're going to have our pizza garden. And the pizza garden is basil, and I'm drawing a blank on everything else because I kept making.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds like something that'd be good for a pizza. Because I kept making the same joke that we'd be growing mozzarella, and it's never not funny to me, and it's never funny to anyone else. But that's besides the point. And that will be that's going to be outside the library, so you'll be able to see that's kind of the interpretive part of it with working with the county extension. So there's that. And then going and working together and all that, let's talk about Emily being at the middle and high school for the year. Just kind of a wrap up of some of the stuff that went on.
Well, this I had my last visit with Miss Haddock and the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. We played Camp Bingo because we're tying that into our Adventure Begins at the Library reading theme for the summer. So they like to play bingo.
Hey, who doesn't?
So I'm thinking maybe I'll incorporate that into something down at the park for teens. Bingo at the park.
That's a great idea.
So, and I got to show them the skateboard. And they were all excited about that.
Skateboard is very cool.
Yes, from Cincinnati Cruisers. And then last week, I went and handed them bags of chips to the middle school students during lunchtime for testing.
So you need to
So I
fuel
gave
them
them
up.
a little. Yep.
Get those scores up there.
Yep.
Firing at the best you can.
So they all enjoyed chips.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah. So I
And that's
bought Warsaw out of chips.
That was an important day when Emily learned how many students were in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
330 middle school students.
330.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yep.
I'm sure there's probably some days it feels like more than a lot. So it's a lot.
And then my last lunch bunch was Earth Day, and I think we might have talked about this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
Okay, so we're getting, they're out of school, and you start thinking, man, they'll be back soon.
But this Friday, May 17th, the library, we're hosting a senior class lunch at the Riverfront Park.
And it's to start off to congratulate our
Yes.
student workers who worked here through the year and graduated. And then, of course, we open it to everybody. And then that is right after
Their last walkthrough of graduation practice.
walkthrough. So
Yep.
the magic number we were saying we're going for is anything over 35, because that's what we had last year.
I think Owen can do it. And going to Jessica about summer reading for adults, there will be reading logs available for adults.
Oh, great.
And they will get prizes also.
Wonderful.
So.
Wonderful. And I think we're still in the process, in the process, meaning I haven't ordered it yet, but these different stuff we're looking at for different summer reading prizes.
Oh.
Trying to make it fun. All right. Everybody, thank you so very much. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's something that we're forgetting.
Well, I want to say that
Good.
I'm going to start my outreach, summer reading
Oh.
outreach, June 3rd.
June 3rd.
June 3rd.
Yep.
June 3rd. So you'll be
I'll be doing Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays.
Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And there's certain hours that you're looking at doing on those days?
Probably between 10 and 2.
Okay. And that is when you connect with the kiddos who are unable to get to the library
Yep.
because they're just away from the building. And you bring them
Books
and
snacks, and prizes.
What kind of snacks this year?
It was impressive last year. We were a little bit
Yeah.
jealous.
Can they call here and sign up, or
Yes, call me. Talk to Jessica or any of our staff here.
Good question, Emily.
thank you.
You are on top
Thank
of it.
you.
I'm just zoning out, and you're asking the stuff that matters. You need to promote the library. You're doing a great
Okay.
job. You're doing a great job. Anything else? Anything else we should be asking, Emily?
No. Not really.
Okay, that was
I
good.
can't think of anything.
That was good.
Well,
And-
I always like to hear what you're reading, Mr. Fry.
What am I reading right now? Actually, it's very interesting. The other day, Alice brought me a book. It's right there. And the name, I have not got into this book yet. And the name of the book is This Isn't Going to End Well. So Alice is standing in my office and just hands me this. And I'm like, is this a hint? And she's like, and it's the author of, if you guys remember, what, 15, 20, well, probably 20, 25 years ago, the movie Big Fish. It was a great movie.
Can't recall.
Anyway, it was the author of Big Fish, which was like I said, I really liked the movie. So so you're judging books by covers. I'm
Yep.
judging books by the movies they've been turned into. I'm sure these are great strategies for reading. So I need to get into that. And then I just finished up. Let's see. I'm trying to think of all the books I read that are not. I'm still going through the Rick Rubin book on creativity. And Rick Rubin, as you know, Emily, is the Uber producer who worked with everyone from Johnny Cash to the Beastie Boys.
Okay.
So anyway, so I've been reading, and I really like it. So all it is it's like his thoughts on the creative process. So it's like these just little 2-3 page chapters, but they're kind of insightful. And you're like, oh, and then I'll read 3 pages and I'll put the book down, ponder his words, and therefore it's taken me like 3 months to read half of a book. So it's slowed me down a little bit, but I like to believe I'm soaking it all in. So okay. Well, what are you all reading? Well, I know what you're reading.
Well,
I know what you're not reading.
I would like to recommend reading 14 Days to both of y'all. But I am reading The American Queen.
Oh, yeah, you talked about this.
Okay,
the other
tell
day.
me about it.
Yeah. Well, it's right at when Mr. Lincoln has signed the Emancipation, and then he gets assassinated.
Okay.
So it's during those times, the 1860s.
Mm-hmm.
About
Where-
a plantation worker,
Where's it set? Where
Missouri.
Missouri. Okay.
They're just starting their trek north after the Emancipation
Okay.
to find the Happy Land.
Okay.
But it's really good.
Emily, what are you watching or reading?
Well, I'm reading What Will Never Happen.
What will never happen?
And speaking of COVID, they mentioned that in the book too. It's just started. But it's about a family that got murdered and only the little girl survived. And she's come back to the island where it happened.
It's
and
on an
she's-
island?
Yes.
Mm.
And she's going to find out what happened. Because they thought they had the killer, but they didn't. And I'm sad that Palm Royale on Apple TV's ended. I got
you-
the season finale.
You're like the one person who watches Apple TV?
Yeah.
Everyone else watches Ted Lasso and then cancels Apple TV,
Yeah.
and Emily's...
See, I started that. I didn't like it.
I've not watched it, so I can't comment. I assume I would like it.
Yeah. And I watched the cereal thing this morning.
Unfrosted.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's about Post and Kellogg's in the
Oh.
1960s when they're kind of at war with each other over who has the better cereal, and they're trying to invent something new, and Kellogg's invents Pop-Tarts.
Tart Pop.
Oh, was it
It's called Tart Pop
Okay,
first,
well,
but
Tart
then he
Pop's first.
reads it backwards in the Silly Putty, and
Okay.
it's Pop Tart.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
It's got a lot
Yeah.
of funny people in it.
Oh, it's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's her name now?
Worth a watch.
All right. Thank you very much, guys, for sitting down and telling me what's going on. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.